Hey YouTube, we're making biltong today. I've got some beef left over from a cow that we bought, half a cow, and I wanted to talk a little bit about biltong. This is one of those things I talk about a lot on the show. A lot of people get really nervous about this. Trust me, what I'm telling you is safe. If doing what I'm doing with this meat was dangerous, I'd have been dead a long time ago because I eat about as much of this as I can get my hands on. This, again, just cut piece of meat. You can see I cut it very thick, kind of like a baby's arm type thing. Now I've got some smaller pieces because I know if I don't say it, you know, there's a thin piece. I probably will cut that sheen off before I make that piece. But you're going to end up with some little pieces. You can biltong them too, but the thicker, the more you're going to be happy with the result. And during the curing process, this little piece is probably going to finish before this little piece. So keep an eye on it and try not to eat it all before you put some away for storage. So we're just going to do a few pieces here to give you the general idea of how to do things. This is apple cider vinegar. It's natural and organic apple cider vinegar. That's why it's nice and cloudy. And you can use any apple cider vinegar you want. Take your meat and just roll it in the vinegar. Just a light dredge, kind of like you're about to batter a fish and you're dredging a fish with an egg wash. Get your 3 pieces. And again, don't be afraid. Big, thick pieces of meat. Do not put this in a dehydrator. You do not need a dehydrator. You're going to hang it up in an air-conditioned room and let it dry out after you cure it. We're going to cure it with salt is the primary cure. Everything else is really for flavor, seasoning, and other things. Keeping a towel on hand so the salt doesn't cake up on your hands is a good idea. Black pepper. Traditionally, this is flavoring, plus this was made in the bush. They make it in the dry season in the high veld of South Africa. And you don't want flies getting on your meat, right? So black pepper will help with that. And then coriander. You can see I used a lot of salt, but I didn't cake it with salt. Don't be afraid. You're not going to make yourself sick. You're not going to kill yourself. Flip it over. See all that stuff that fell off? That's fine. You'll see in just a second what we do with it. Again, you can get an idea. And, you know, if you're using smaller pieces because you're down to it, you use a little less salt. That's a big piece of meat, so we want a significant amount of salt. Remember, it's going to sit overnight, and all of it's going to share its salt with each other anyway. So we're going to get a little black pepper on that side. And I do freshly grind my black pepper and my coriander in a Mr. Coffee spice grinder. It's actually a Mr. Coffee coffee grinder, but I grind more spice than coffee, I think. Coriander goes on. And then what I do is I just take it like this and just roll it on the board to pick up everything that's left behind. Like that. It goes off into the refrigerator bin. So this stuff will sit overnight in the refrigerator. And like I said, when I'm done, I'll go ahead and I'll just kind of mix all of this like it's a big bunch of bread dough. And that'll sit overnight. And then we'll just take either zip ties or what do you call paper clips. You bend them like a big S hook, put them right through the end of that, and just let that hang like that. Any good air conditioned room, if you're worried about circulation, put a fan on. I have tried this in the dehydrator. It ruins it because it cures the outside way too fast and then it becomes hard. This needs to be like a fine piece of cured meat when you're done. You should be able to take it. It will feel hard on the outside, very, very light, but you should be able to take a knife and slice through it, and that center should look like a well-cooked steak, not well done, well-cooked, which is like a medium rare. This is like basically making beef prosciutto, but instead of taking 6 months to a year, it takes about 6 days. Keep an eye on as it cures. Take your smaller pieces down first. You can put them in a jar, you can put them in a vacuum sealed bag, put them in the freezer, hide them from yourself so you don't eat them all. Give it a try. Stop making boxes. Stop using light bulbs. Stop using dehydrators. Just hang the dang meat up in a place with a good dry air circulation and let nature do the work for you.